John Miller's back with us. He's a former New York Deputy Police Commissioner. John, good morning. So what can you tell us about this? You know the police inside out.
All right, so there's a few things going on here. First, on Wednesday of last week, the undercover detective comes forward and said, I was there, I saw the beating, I didn't want to break my cover. He's assigned to the intelligence division, and some of the people in there are under deep cover, and part of their training is even under pressure, you don't admit who you really are. He would be in a lot less trouble if he'd come forward the first day instead of 4 days later. Since that, now this is what's happening. They're reading in the papers, they're hearing on television that a police officer's come forward. 2 other police officers who were also riding with the group that day, one of whom is a sergeant, that's a supervisor, and another of whom is a detective, who is a police officer who's undercover in internal affairs. Oh. The irony there is that's the group that enforces police discipline and misconduct, have come forward or notified the department of their intention to come forward, and they're going to be sat down and said, where were you? What did you see? What did you do? What did you not do? Why did you wait to come forward?
I mean, John, when this story broke, I asked you, where were the cops? And now we found out there were cops there who didn't stop this. Why?
Well, I mean, we know of one who was there at the initial beating, but these other officers, one of the ones that's come forward says, after the guy got run over by the SUV, I wasn't there for the rest of it. So we'll have to sort through their stories, but certainly they're going. Here's the problem they're going to face, which is whatever they did or didn't do that day, that's one issue. But not coming forward right away actually could rise to official misconduct for hindering an investigation once they were aware of it.
So that's my question.
And that's a potential criminal charge.
That's my exact question. What's the disciplinary or criminal charges they may face?
So that's the outer edge of it. They're gonna be placed on modified assignment. After their stories are weighed, they could be suspended. This could be grounds for dismissal, especially if this is the DA's call. If the district attorney looks at their conduct and says that rises to official misconduct, everybody knew this investigation was going forward, we needed this information, and these guys didn't step forward as law enforcement officers, that could be violation of law.
Yeah. One of the guys arrested, Reginald Chance, has 21 prior arrests for charges from drugs to robbery to gun possession, and yet he was out on the streets.
Well, so all but 3 of those 21 are sealed records in the system, and most of those are a long string of narcotics arrests. So, you know, the idea that people who ride in motorcycle gangs may be involved in criminal activity or drugs is not strange. The idea that they're riding with police officers is a little bit of a head turner.
Is it likely to change police conduct in incidents like this in terms of when they're...
You know, I think that should happen. Right. And it shouldn't have to happen. I mean, once they took that oath, they should understand that already. I think what you're going to see is a police commissioner step forward and say, we're going to change the rules about what groups you can be a part of and what groups you can ride with, because this was a really bad example.
Gotcha.
John Miller, thank you.